days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe. There stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there? It is a Titillating Tuesday, episode 60, where you have entered the Geekosphere. The kind of channel that accepts all geeks and nerds of all various shapes and sizes, ethnicities, genders, only two, and everything else in between. So, how's it going, people? What's up? How's it going? I hope you guys have had a lovely weekend. I know I did not after a certain show that aired over the weekend, which I am just furious about, but that's another story, and we'll bring that up later. So, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat here so far. Dark Helmet, first one in. How's it going, dude? Nice to see you finally here. Awesome. And I hope your tooth is doing better on top of that, too. Wendy Drama Warrior sticks my head in and looks around and sees all the geekiness that abounds. Hail to you, Wendy Drama Warrior. Nice to see you here. And I hope that lady that is cursing like a sailor does not curse you out, because I know you will wreak horrible, horrible vengeance on her short of death or malpractice. Snail Messiah, how's it going? Hello to most amazingly wonderful people. How's it going, Snail Messiah? Nice to see you here. And Stark of Iron, who also signed up for the upper tier membership of this channel. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you here as well. So, who else do we have going in the chat? And Christian Delorme, who just became a YouTube member on this channel. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining in. Nice that you do such a wonderful, wonderful thing to this channel. Thank you very much. And Foggy Brains, how's it going, my dude? Go Crusader. You mighty Morphin Crusader. And on top of that, Christian Delorme, Vinyl Revival. Bonjour, everybody. When I support, it's double D plus. I really mean support. Thank you for that $5 Canadian super chat, dude. Nice and very welcome indeed. I appreciate your support, man. Dark Helmet, I was fine over the weekend until Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. That killed a small part of my soul. Dude, you are 100% correct on that. My God in heaven. But that being said, before I ramble on to all the mirth and merriment that is on this channel, let's welcome everybody that's here so far on this panel.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Pop Culture Republic, how's it going, dude?
It's going well. That's about how I feel in my post-Thanksgiving recovery.
The turkey.
As my bathroom scale starts squeaking.
Was it? Did it?
Yes. We won't talk about that.
Oh no!
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's too much.
Oh,
my poor scale. Now,
recovered from your
time to go
cookie
back
coma.
into diet mode or something
Yep.
that passes for diet mode.
Oh my God! Just remember, diet is die with a T.
That's
So,
right.
yep.
And
And
thanks.
we also working on here. The classic geeky leftist Tom. How's it going, dude?
Yeah, I threw my scale out long ago.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want to see that.
Yes, because between Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's just this long delay.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't need to see this.
I'm going to start in the new year, I swear. And then you never do. At least I never do.
Yeah. This is why I have two scales in case one's wrong. And then if it shows lighter on the other one, then I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, that's when you tell your bathroom scale you want a second opinion.
Exactly. That's what it is, right? It's my second opinion scale. So
like, I don't believe you.
And hail, Killer Rabbit from space. How's it going, my friend? Nice to see you here.
Hey.
There we go. Wendy Trouble Warrior is back.
Yay! I got dual Foggy Brains there. I got to get my new YouTube channel up and running. Then I'll have the classic geeses also in your channel there because I always watch your show on the side while I'm on here as well.
Oh, really? Oh,
but I'm dual purposing. I'm Foggy Brains over there still. It's like, darn it.
Well, as we are already 6 minutes in, and I pretty much got like everybody except for Carla Burton, who just showed up right now. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello.
Nice to see you here, Carla.
Still my favorite pitcher, good old Red Dwarf. Yay!
I know, right? So, God, I can't wait for like another season to come out as soon as possible.
Yep, they're working on it. So
exactly, I got my fingers crossed because guaranteed this will. No, you know what? I'm not going to speak that into.
No, they're not going to touch it. It's nope.
Exactly. So, as we do every day, let's take a look at some of that stupid news.
Oh boy, are we ready for this?
Yes, we are. So, on to the stupid news. Let's see. This from the lovely north that is known as Canadistan. Up here in the frozen white tundra of Canada. This here from the National Post. White visitors to Vancouver Art Gallery can compare their faces to infamous Yahtzees. The exhibit also has a whiteness timeline, which documents the evolution of white as an identity and includes the founding of the KKK and Canada's 1867 founding. Oh my! When you didn't have enough to feel bad about with all this projecting and stuff like that.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah. Okay. I might do sense on this one before we continue. Okay, so they're going to call white people Nazis. What about the people that took on the Nazis? Most of them were white as well. So, hello.
They were closet Nazis or Yahtzees. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's just pick up this big broad brush and start painting everybody as Yahtzees.
Yes, exactly. So,
oh goodness.
I know.
Let it go, people.
It doesn't matter, doesn't matter if you were fighting those naughty people with precariously placed mustaches and stuff like that. Doesn't matter if you're white, you're a Yahtzee. So and the Vancouver Art Gallery is there to help you identify with your naughty side. Let's put it that way. So God. But I'm just wondering about this whole whiteness timeline and the quote unquote evolution of white as an identity.
Wow.
I know,
are we
right?
Going back to the Vikings? Are we going back? How far are we going back? I mean, we can go back to the beginning of time almost. Like
talking about Irish, Scottish. That's two parts of my background.
Yeah.
I just got some really naughty bits. Let's put it that way. So because mom's German, dad's Austrian.
There's no hope for you. Sorry, no hope for you. You're sunk.
And even further back before the Russian Revolution, I went as far back as Russia. So I got a triple bad.
Oh boy.
And for all of you people that are now members and subscribers and all that stuff. My dirty secret is out.
Just
you can-
look over to the other white
numbers.
person and say, "Welcome to the club, pal."
Exactly. Doesn't matter what I'm speaking out against or anything like that. Yeah, you can all unsubscribe now and get refunds on super chats and stuff like that because I am a bad little boy. So Wendy Trouble Warrior, my brain just exploded. I just need to pick up the pieces. So,
Yeah.
oh my god. Like this is you guys think you have it bad in the States. We have it just as bad. Let's put it that way.
Thanks to our little somebody called him Tom McDonald, good rapper. He's Canadian, but he lives in the States. He said, "Oh, in Canada they have this hoser. His name is Trudeau." It's like, yep,
Yeah,
he's a
exactly.
hoser.
Well, at least he said hoser, thank God. So being
Exactly.
Canadian himself, so, Killer Rabbit from space. I might be missing the point somewhere, but isn't it also racist to say all white people are racist?
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
but they don't claim that. It's such
Yes,
a
it is.
hypocritical thing. It's like, what?
Oh, that's right. Yes, because people of other ethnicities
They can't be
cannot-
racist. Like,
That's
what? No,
right.
you can. Yes, you can. I'm sorry.
No, apparently not. Nope.
Hating
only
somebody
white
or
people.
saying something about them because of the color of their skin is racist, no matter what.
That's
Common
right.
sense,
So,
people.
Dark Helmet, I feel a bumper now. You should, you naughty people. So there was that in the news. Let's
How about we just
think-
abolish racism in general? That doesn't help that things like that. But anyway,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
no,
It doesn't.
it's continuing situation. But yeah,
But onto the world of sports. This from the New York Post.
Oh boy.
This came out. Yes. This in the news. High school football coach fired for holding baptism service for 20 of his players after a practice. Religious coercion is what they're calling it.
now a baptism seems weird for that. Now you can say a prayer; they have every right to do that. But
Yeah.
really, did he dunk all their? I shall baptize you. Now that did they? That one's a little weird, but it's like
I know.
It took place after practice, so it's not affiliated with the school or anything associated with
but
the
if you're going to
school.
say a prayer, good, nothing wrong with
Probably
that.
at a church where you have a baptismal.
Yep.
So,
I mean, how many?
what is it? The business of anyone? Who cares? I mean, when
Yeah.
it comes right down to it, who cares?
Exactly.
This is like a lawsuit
Waiting
about
to
to
happen.
happen. I hope.
Exactly. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, how many times have we seen in sports, depending on, what team or sometimes even both teams. Sometimes a team, whether it's in a professional league or a college or something like that, they used to say a prayer before the game or something like that.
Yeah, that's normal. It's very
let
normal.
us-
Oh,
Let us
yeah.
have a good game and just play the best that we can. And not that I think God is essentially taking sides on this, because
It's just a tradition that's always been done in sports.
yeah, exactly. Right. So, what is so bad about that? It's not religious coercion. It's kind of, like Tom says, it's kind of like a tradition kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. Dark Helmet. I'm fine with that as long as the players are not forced. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you're holding them up at gunpoint or something like that and say, "Oh no, you're gonna pray with me or else."
Like I
not
was
like
raised
that.
Catholic, of course. I did the whole catechism, the whole 9 yards and stuff back then when it was go. And I used to play ball hockey, and sometimes we do it beforehand. Yeah, that's just a given. So, I mean, whatever.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
But it's okay to to have in a museum about white shaming people and
white Nazis and all that.
Right.
Just
You talk
exactly.
about
It's okay to do that.
about football here in the South and Texas.
Yeah.
Any place where we take football super serious, there's always going to be prayer or whatnot before the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, religious coercion of 20 kids. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Dark Helmet, what city was this in? You know what? That's a good question. I didn't exactly find out what on account that it just seemed ridiculous enough as it is. Or state. You know what? I'm going to hazard a guess if I can figure it out or find the article again, that, you know what? It's probably a southern state, and you know how like most of the union states, let's put it that way, especially on the eastern seaboard, let's say particularly probably in the New York area, I'm gonna guess, like to pick on southerners. I'm betting it was probably in the south. I bet, you know, it wouldn't surprise me.
Georgia.
Probably.
It's the Georgia high school football coach fired after he held baptism. Yeah, it's in Georgia.
Georgia.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
It's in Titillating County High School announcement. Yeah. Isaac Farrell firing after a video upload? Yeah, it's actually the video on there too.
Wow.
Like, leave the guy alone. So what? I mean, it's not whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's like, come on.
Yeah. So, like I said, you know, hope everybody had a good weekend and whatnot. And thank you to all the people that participated in the monetization celebration. And to everybody that came along and played along and stuff like that. Had a lot of fun. And, but, you know, as most of us know, this weekend, a certain 60th anniversary of a certain long-running, beloved sci-fi show came out, and I don't know if a lot of you guys had watched
Who
it.
are you talking about, should I ask?
I can't imagine who that would be.
I'm clueless on this.
Exactly. Hail, John Randall. How's it going, dude? Nice to see you here. The trusty old Fez, bro. Yeah. So I watched it, and oh my god. Oh my god.
Is it that bad?
It's
Oh my god. I'm tempted to watch it. Bad is fine.
I haven't watched it since halfway through Capaldi, when I gave up on it because I could see where it was going back then.
Yep. It was horrendous. Oh, hey, Shocking Reviews. Hail. I was napping.
Hello.
Well, you might want to nap after this. I'm not sure. But yeah, watched it, and holy sweet mama jamma baby Jesus. It was bad. So yeah, let's get on to it here, because
oh boy,
why not? Yeah, this is what it is. So Doctor Who dives off the progressive deep end as the latest special sees the Doctor lectured on pronouns and chastised for being male presenting.
Are you serious?
Come on.
I know.
Oh my God.
Serious. I watched this and I'm like, what in the world? Oh God.
Now I want to watch it to see how bad it is.
Yesterday, I was on Appion's channel for a little bit, you know, because they were talking about Doctor Who and stuff like that, and I was just, oh God, while I'm trying to get a menu done on top of that, and you know, just kind of like listening, and oh geez, I was just seething and boiling, and then I'm like, you know, like raid mode engage, right in the chat, and he's like, oh, comic, do you want to come on and talk about it? Yeah. So I just, oh man, I exploded. I swear to God. So, but this came out. So yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, gender binary. Unfortunately for fans who hoped his return to the role of showrunner would see the beloved sci-fi series rediscover its story-centric roots, Russell T Davies has instead used the first special of his latest Doctor Who as an opportunity to annoyingly lecture, or more precisely, chastise the audience on a variety of progressive topics. Yeah, it happened, folks. It's so happened. My sweet God.
So did he give pronouns? I read something about Alien gives pronouns on Sci-Fi Show. Is that the case here?
Well, it's a lot of it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's just so bad. Dark Helmet, I really enjoyed him as a Doctor back in the day. This was so depressing and saddening. Yeah, it was, dude. It really was. Yep. Shoki, it happened. Yeah,
it happened. Yeah.
So did happen. They made sure to transplain to the new Doctor over and over. Oh, yeah, they did. They really did. Show the headline again, please. My brain missed it.
Oh,
For you, my
yeah.
friend brother, yes, I will. Okay, so just Doctor Who dives off the progressive deep end as latest special sees the Doctor lectured on pronouns and chastised for being male presenting. Okay, so this is what it was. So before we go into the article, I'm just going to give you essentially a rundown of how it went. Okay, so basically Russell T Davies, all right, ripped this comic off of a Doctor Who comic, like from back in the 80s, right? Around mid late 80s, something like that, right? And I should remember that because I had some of those Doctor Who Marvel comics. And Dave Gibbons, I believe, was the artist on there, and another guy was the writer, to which they're accredited in the beginning of the show titles. And, suffice it to say, this whole entire storyline also retcons the entire episode of his regeneration and what happened to Donna, the end of the universe kind of thing with Davros and all that kind of other jazz, right? Because back before he regenerated, right, David Tennant's doctor, he's like, if she remembers who I am, she's gonna die, right? She's gonna burn up, she's gonna die, right? We all remember that because it was a pretty damn good episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's like, okay, fine, not a problem. So, the Doctor lands, it just and I'm paraphrasing basically the entire episode and whatnot. He runs into Donna and briefly like talks to her. Rose comes along, and as Donna and Rose are walking back to their beloved abode, what ended up happening is, like, these three kids on bikes basically are calling her, what was it, Jason? I believe it was Jason. And like in a mocking fashion, right? To which Dawn is like freaking out. Oh, I'm gonna be talking to their mothers about that, about shaming you and blah 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 blah, right?
Okay.
And it's like, oh, okay, so there's number one, right? So that basically Rose is a dude,
Rose.
right? And so they walk into the house, and Donna's mom is there, and of course she's just gorgeous. Everything is just so gorgeous, and Rose is so gorgeous. She was a gorgeous baby, and all that kind of other crap. Every second word is like practically gorgeous when referred to Rose. About her character, about her being. I swear to God. And then Donna's mother essentially refers to Rose as a he, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, it gets so confusing. It's like, oh, no problem. It's, oh God, it's just the mind. It just melts because it's
Breathe,
just
breathe.
worded.
So,
It's
if I
it's
follow this right, they said Rose is a trans character.
yeah.
Wow.
Rose is a trans character.
Okay.
And so anyway, to which they run into the meep, which you're led to believe that the meep is so fluffy and innocent and all that crap, and that these beings that are hunting the meep down is just essentially makes it sound like they just want my fur, my precious fur. Hey Shogi, how's it going, dude?
I'm here to set the record straight.
Oh, are you now?
Unlike Doctor Who, I'm gonna set the record straight.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. So just trying to get in here while the conversation was happening, since I didn't get to have it with anyone else that got to watch it. Hi, everybody. I'm jumping in here for this this little bit here.
There you go. She's
So-
a man, baby.
So
Yeah.
this is the perfect spot for me, because I watched this episode with the wife yesterday, but I had to mansplain to her all the stuff she missed with Donna and the Doctor. So like we picked up with Matt Smith, so she never saw Donna's era or anything else like that. So I had to, at the beginning of the episode, I had to break it down like, okay, this is what happened. this is why Donna can't remember this stuff. This is why her mom is like this. And while pausing to explain that stuff, I completely missed all the trans stuff at the beginning of the episode that explained that Rose used to be Jason and all this other stuff. I just thought that she was just a weird kid, and they're like, that's so weird. It's always in her barn sewing weird creatures to sell on Etsy or some shit. And it's just like, okay. And then later on in the episode, it becomes like blatantly obvious.
Yes.
And yes, the transplaining, as I put it earlier, that episode or that chunk of the episode was so unbelievably cringy.
Yes.
It hurt. And the doctor was just going, because this is the new loving and caring post off of being female. He basically, literally, earlier in the episode, he explains that he was, what did he say? It's like, I had a bow tie, then I was Scottish for some reason, and then I was a woman, but now I'm back to being a man. Ugh.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, great.
No, I was a brilliant woman.
A brilliant woman. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was a brilliant woman before this, right? Yeah.
If this was still what's his face, the guy who ruined Doctor Who at that point, if it was Chibnall, it totally would have been just self-congratulatory Obama meme, you know, just it's like I was a brilliant one, but it's not. It was Russell T Davies coming back to do this, and it just, oh my god,
exactly.
And then, well, I was going to say, and to be fair, I found out after the fact the actress playing Rose is also a trans person, so they at least didn't put a cis person in charge of playing a trans person. But because the whole time I was wondering, it's like, that's weird. How does like a 14-year-old girl grow to be taller than her mother and her father? Oh, she's getting ready for the NBA. That's how, and not the dub, and now the WNBA. It is.
Yep. John Rendell, roses are yellow, violets are green. They've all lost their minds, and it's time to scream. Exactly.
That's pretty good writing. That's pretty good writing.
Good.
Yeah. That's excellent writing. Yeah. You should be writing this. So eventually, you know, David Tennant comes along, tracks down the Meep, you know, and it's all like, you know, confronting everybody and everything, and takes a slap from Donna's mom like a biatch that he is in this episode, at least.
Well, she slapped the shit out of him before, so I mean that's.
Oh yeah, but this seemed like extra forced, you know.
Oh well, she was pissed that he was back after the railing he gave her. No, that's not what I meant. After the way he left, them basically with, oh, thanks for this time bomb. You know, and then fucks off into space for 15 years basically in that world's time. Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Of course, it's been like 2,500 years for the Doctor, but still.
Yeah, and you know, and essentially, and I'm kind of fast forwarding here. You know, that it's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna, you know, here's the Meep. I'm gonna take him back, and then immediately Rose is like, you know, oh, did you assume it's gender or it's pronouns or whatever the hell it was, right? Because I'm trying to purge it from my mind, and it's like, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, well, what are you? He, she, you know, whatever, and it's like, what the Meep? It always refers to myself as the Meep. It's like, oh, for the love of crap, doodles. God, you know, and it just keeps on going on and on. But the big kicker near the end of the episode, you know, Donna basically dies, but she magically comes back to life because the time energy is still in her, and you know, because she had a child, that was just somehow passed along to Rose. You know, that's in her still. You know, and even though they're binary, she's not, and the Doctor can be, you know, a him and a her and a nobody and everything.
What?
And yes,
what?
And on top of that, well, you know, and so at the end of it all, essentially, you know, they're both Donna and Rose is explaining to, you know, Tennant Doctor that, you know,
and by the way, this is also the Winter Donna.
Yes.
Don't forget the fact that she is the Winter Donna.
Yes, exactly. She's Winter Donna.
He has to do the 12 code words to unlock the Doctor in her head.
Exactly, right? But,
Yeah.
there's something that we can do. We can just let it go. Something that a male Time Lord couldn't understand or do, or something like that, right?
Hold on, let me put this up there. So hold on. This is how bad this writing was. So
Yes.
Mike's paraphrasing, but it was basically it. They're like, well, you've still got the Time Lord energy in you, so you'll die eventually, one way or another, or it'll just keep getting passed down, and you all have. And I said, well, we can do something that a male presenting Time Lord, a male Time Lord presenting as male is literally how they put it, could never do, and we as female as we can let it go. And my first thing was literally like, I already missed the trans part, so that my brain is still on the other side of this is actually a girl, which is weird. And then my brain came back to, oh, this is actually a trans person. But it was like, first of all, that's a fucking lie.
Yes.
Women don't hold on to shit for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
The Doctor's, Donna's mom is literally been holding on to the grudge against the Doctor since minute one of meeting him.
Yes, Wendy, you're right. Yeah, I'm thankful to have missed this.
Just listening to this is hurting my brain, and I'm losing.
Oh
brain
God,
this sounds all levels of convoluted.
But
one sec. Mary had a
watch
little
it. Just how
lamb.
bad it is.
His fleece was black as soot, and every time he had to go, he went on Mary's foot.
I think John's just like pulling stuff here. This little Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep was driving a Jeep off a cliff because she can't stand the new Doctor Who either.
Oh, come on. There could have been a good rhyme there.
Yeah, that could have been,
shop it around a little bit more and bring it back on the next reading. But the thing is like, for me, like the rest of the episode actually was just kind of quintessential Russell T Davies Doctor Who. It was actually pretty cool. But then they just went, transy stuff. And then hammer it. For the love of God, they don't get it yet. And it's like, and I swear to God, there had to have been some Ukraine war stuff in there to a degree. The soldiers fighting in the streets, and the one side clearly being evil because they're the white men, except for the women. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
And then on top of that, this star drive, which the Meep needs to get back into space, right? Like would destroy what was it, a 10-mile radius of London or something?
5. Like it was like, I think it was only like a 5-mile radius in the middle of London.
Either way, right? And there's cracks forming in the streets, and it's like sheer pandemonium and panic and stuff like that. But as soon as the Doctor and Donna stop this whole star drive thing from going off and all that kind of stuff, and manages to stop it, reverse it, whatever, the streets magically fix themselves, right?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, so if you go back to the end of the last season of Stranger Things,
you can come by, Wendy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See you later, Wendy. So if you go back to the end of Stranger Things, where literally all the cracks form in Hawkins and go out in every direction, and then this fucking smoke is coming out of nowhere, and it's literally hell on Earth. Yeah. That's what was happening. It was literally the spaceship digs into the ground and absorbs all the energy and mass that is around and below it and uses that to launch itself. It's kind of a cool idea, but very dumb in the execution. Yeah. And then as soon as they deactivate it, it somehow completely reverses everything. It's so what if somebody fell into one of those giant cracks in the earth?
Exactly.
Did they pop back out, or were they crushed by the ground? Yeah, the double-bladed dagger drive.
Oh God!
Is the stupid name. That's what I'm saying. Is some of it was just cheesy Doctor Who nonsense, and then the rest of it was why? Why did we do this?
Yes. John Riddle, Little Miss Muffet, sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came R.T. Davies, and she threw up all over him. Yeah, exactly.
No, and then she threw up all over they. You had a rhyme built in, John.
That's right.
Oh, goodness.
You had it. Had it, John.
Titled The Star Beast, and making its BBC debut, On November 25th, just a few days ago, otherwise known as the series' 60th anniversary, the Doctor's latest adventure centered on the mystery raised in the previous special, The Power of the Doctor, regarding the titular protagonist, till then unheard of regeneration into a previous incarnation.
Incorrect.
Yes.
Incorrect.
I didn't know that clothes could also regenerate as well.
Right,
So,
right.
But that is wrong, because in the 50th anniversary special, they revealed that the Doctor could regenerate into previous versions. So
Yeah.
it's not here to before unheard of. It's like bounding into comics sucks, Mike. I thought you learned weeks ago to stop reading from them.
yeah, I know, but I need something. So, nuts, I miss it. Off to my shame closet. There you go. And hail, Dead Man. Nice to see you here, dude. Hail, liking but can't say. At work with humans in the room. Have a good stream. Thanks, Dead Man. Really appreciate it, man. So, featuring the return of the series icon David Tennant as the 10th, but actually the 14th Doctor. The episode begins with a chance reunion between himself and his former companion, Donna Noble, as portrayed once again by Catherine Tate, who shockingly does not remember her time at his side. That's right, because as we mentioned before from the previous episode, from way back when, against Stavros and all the other companions and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
Who was shocked? They literally tell you that in the opening fucking crawl for no reason and then repeat themselves in the next scene.
Exactly, right?
Why?
Because, I don't know.
Shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for the fact they explained it. You
know what? It would have been better. You know what they should have done is, instead of Donna, just, I don't know, have Martha instead or something like that.
No justice for Martha.
Yeah, I know. But,
why did you say that name?
Yeah. What did you say, Martha? Further adding to the Doctor's confusion is the fact that Donna and her husband, Sean Temple, are now parents, as he soon makes the acquaintance of their male to non-binary female-presenting transgender daughter, Rose, as portrayed by actress Yasmin Finney. Notably, Rose's transgender identity is confirmed by a scene near the beginning of the episode. That's right. Therein, while helping her mother carry some items from their car into their home, Rose is mockingly catcalled by a pair of passing young men with the use of her original name. Jason! Oi, Jason, are you all right? Looking good, Jason. Give us a kiss, J-boy. To which the transgender individual responds by imploring her subsequently enraged mom to just leave it. Right, because this is the scene where the boys are essentially mocking her, blah, 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 blah. So there's clue number one that obviously she's totally transgender. And Dark Helmet with a $5 American Super Chat. I felt like I was getting beat in the face by a transgender Micah Tyson.
It's supposed to be Micah Tyson. He didn't have a space there. Micah Tyson in this.
In this latest Doctor Who, it was not needed. Yeah, no, you are 100% correct there, dude.
You're beat with the trans hammer. That's really what it is.
That's right. So, but before he can discover any answers to either mystery, the Doctor, Donna, and Rose are caught up in the universe-conquering machinations of a small, furry, white creature known as the Meep of all the Meep.
It says Beep of the Meep.
Yeah, the Beep of the Meep. Oh, that's right, because the name is Beep, and the Beep is of the race the Meep. So, go figure.
Yeah.
It was just so stupid.
Yep.
Itself making its live-action debut nearly 43 years after its original debut in the 1980 comic strip Doctor Who and the Starbeast, like what I mentioned before, because I had the issue. Originally penned by Pat Mills and John Wagner and Dave Gibbons for the Doctor Who magazine. So I believe the same Dave Gibbons that did Judge Dredd, I do believe, or he penciled that at least. First discovering it injured in an alley behind their house, Rose, unaware of the creature's true intentions, brings the Meep to the Doctor for help in bandaging its wound. So, Believing the Meep to be a simple, scared creature, the doctor proceeds to offer him its assistance in returning home, declaring to Donna and her confused family, "Yes, the Meep. I promise I can get him home. Then you'll never see me again." However, it catches the attention of Rose, who proceeds to passively aggressively chastise David Tennant, and is like, "You're assuming he has a pronoun, hmm?" And oh god, this was so cringe. It was just, God, just shut up. Just shut up.
Wait, doesn't that contradict everything? Aren't they supposed to all have pronouns? So why? Of course, you're going to presume it because they always want to have pronouns. What the?
Yeah, exactly.
Beep,
But,
bop, boop.
Exactly.
Davis,
That's all I've got to
Best
add.
pronouns ever.
Actually, in this case, meep, mop, moop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the idea you're assuming he is a pronoun because he said, I'll take the meep and get him off your hands or whatever. And you're assuming he is a pronoun.
Yeah.
Continue reading, Mike, because I'm sure the response is next. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. In turn, the doctor affirms, "True. Yes. Sorry. Good point." Before proceeding to ask the creature, "Are you a he or she or they?"
Oh, goodness.
Pronoun is
Come
the definite
on.
article. I am always the Meep. Like,
By the way, he's doing that voice because that's actually what it sounded like.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how the Meep sounds like, right? Why would an alien even conform to what, some nutcase people out there, with these stupid definite articles? Seriously? You think aliens all around the galaxy, or let alone the whole entire universe, choose its pronouns? Like, are you insane? Are you stupid? This is how bad the writing is, right? Like, aren't they assuming that aliens go by their chosen pronouns and stuff like that? Seriously?
Yeah, in a normal thing would have been like, no, we conquered the pronoun problem, a millennia ago. I don't know what y'all's problem is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I was about to
it's
say
like that's the way.
Alien. And they're trying to attribute current day human ideology to an alien race. So I'd probably look at them with a blank expression, going, "What are you talking about?"
But the fact that it had a ready-made answer. I mean, there was no delay. It was literally like one for people who don't know this, and apparently Russell T. Davis has forgotten this.
Yes.
The TARDIS translates alien language into whatever whatever you are. If you're a human who speaks English, the TARDIS translates to English for you, even giving things accents sometimes, I think. But the idea that it would why would it translate a human word for he, she, they, or pronoun somehow into an alien language, and then it would be able to answer the same way of any of the other stuff? It's like they may not even have those words.
How do you even translate a concept of pronoun usage to an alien race that would still look at you with a confused look, going, "What are you talking about, strange human?"
My quick 2 cents on this is that's why aliens haven't invaded. I do believe in aliens, and they're looking at us like they're morons. We just can't go near them. They just
in Doctor Who, they keep invading. So I mean, it's just what it is.
They haven't learned their lesson yet.
They just They're like, "Don't go there. Don't go there." They don't know what words are.
Yeah, exactly. They don't even know what they are. So, John Randall, Jack and Jill went up a hill and watched Doctor Who. Jack took a stroke, BBC went broke, and Jill is just walking around in circles mumbling, "Why, Lord, why?"
Hey, you said they are. They could be Zimzer or Z or...
Hold on.
That's right.
No.
Took a stroke? Hold on. I was like, wait, took a stroke. I'm concerned as to the meaning of took a stroke. Are we playing golf? Is Jack having a little hooky of his own?
Yes.
Was Jill involved in the stroke? I'm very confused.
Maybe.
So many possibilities.
Yep. Why is Baby Yoda a cat?
because they're all out of fucking
Yeah, that's
ideas.
what I thought. I was like, why is it Baby Yoda? What the hell is he wearing a mask?
I'll actually be fair, because this was a person in a costume with a puppetized head and CG moving eyelids. It's actually pretty well done until it goes full evil mode later, and then it was like super obvious that it was CG. But but it was actually really well done in these early scenes. But I feel bad for the person in the costume, because they had to do like that crouching walk to remain small the whole time. It's like they're talking about just burning thighs and knees the whole time.
Oh, and here's the other thing that I had an issue with. Like, all of a sudden, because the Doctor always has this handy dandy sonic screwdriver, right? But this sonic screwdriver, oh my god, this is like the super mega Swiss Army Deluxe sonic screwdriver, because now with it he can make one of those holographic computers.
He makes hard light objects.
Hard light objects, right? He can make like a shield, a hard light shield,
holographic display readout.
Move it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
much,
the Sonic has become immensely useful in the last generation. It's just like and I think, if I recall correctly, like the breakdown of this current Sonic is like it has details and bits and pieces referencing a ton of other Sonics. Both David Tennant's first one, Matt Smith's one with the claw, because it does expand. It's got a little bit of Capaldi's in there with like the crystal that sort of looks like the TARDIS. It actually has a little bit of the Master's laser screwdriver in there, which maybe where some of these abilities came in. And not to mention, it's probably, I think, the largest sonic screwdriver that's happened the whole time, because, of course, every generation has got to get a little longer. But, of course, for the female Doctor, 3 inches was enough. So it is what it is.
Because I'm betting, because when we get that whatever his name is, that Notwa Gutwi, or whatever is how you pronounce it, because obviously, he's going to probably, I bet you, he's going to inherit this screwdriver, and because he's going to be the first black and gay Doctor on top of that, with this new sonic screwdriver, he can basically do everything. Everything's going to be so much better, because he's going to be the most, forget Jodie Whittaker, he's going to be the most fantabulistic Doctor ever.
The mostest, bestest ever.
Yes.
He definitely, like, watching, because I watched the Nerdrotic review of this episode, and they included a couple interviews from him since becoming the Doctor, and oh dear Lord, if he plays the Doctor the way he talks about the Doctor, no thank you, I'm out. It's like you were already pushing the line of gay black Doctor. Not that I have a problem with either of those objects individually, but when you make someone gay and black, as from what I've learned about, or from Kill Tony, the podcast, it doesn't make it good to constantly point out the gay and the blackness.
Exactly.
There's for those who don't watch, there's a guy who's come on repeatedly. His main punchline is, "I'm gay and I'm black," and that's basically what I want to put that sound clip over all these the teaser clips of the new Doctor. And seemingly, at least in one episode, maybe it's his new outfit. He's wearing like a black leather jacket and a kilt on top of like an orange shirt. So it's like, what is happening? It's like, Russell, you kind of fell into the wrong pit while you were out doing other things.
It's pretty much it.
And he even talked about how, because I saw an interview in there that I'd missed entirely leading up to this special, because Russell also did, I guess, I don't know if it's an upcoming special or something that happened prior to this, where I don't know if that's in this, but his redo of Davros, because to have an evil disabled person in a wheelchair is wrong. So Davros has legs. But that was literally, why do you, as the person coming in and writing in something from 50 plus years ago, get to decide that someone designed with a purpose no longer has that purpose? It's like, okay, the guy who is evil and in the incredibly powerful wheelchair, it literally created one of the most powerful things in the universe.
Yeah.
So you took,
Yeah.
but because now you gave him legs, what are you going to do about the Daleks? It's like, no,
Oh,
the Daleks
they're
have to have
taking
legs now. They have to have legs now. They can't.
Exactly.
And by the way, they
And-
also did that. What this article has left out so far, maybe later it's in there. The other thing that happened at the beginning of the episode was we had to have our disability quotient covered as well, our
Exactly,
disabled person
because
quotient.
because the new shield, sorry,
Unit.
the new scientist of Unit, yes, she kicks ass in a James Bond-esque style of wheelchair that shoots rockets and fires
Which was
bullets and
cool.
stuff like that. Yeah,
That part was cool. But the fact that they had to point out, but they had to point out the fact that she couldn't get up the stairs, and they
Right.
apologized to her. Oh, sorry, we got to get up there. Too bad you're in a wheelchair.
I know.
But literally, my thought was, well, the Daleks figured out stairs, but somehow these people who have stolen alien tech for decades don't have hover chairs.
Unit has purloined so much alien tech, you couldn't make maybe, I don't know, a flying wheelchair for her or anything like that?
I mean, even
No.
Professor Xavier had a flying wheelchair.
Yes.
Exactly.
And by the way,
John Rendell, take two. Little Bo Peep was driving a Jeep. Faster and faster she went. She ran down the Meep with the pass of her Jeep and yelled to Davies, "Get bent."
that was good, but you assumed Little Bo Peep's pronouns.
I know. So anyway, okay, from there, after being unwittingly tricked by the Meep's meek act into aiding in its plans, the Doctor, Donna, Rose, and Sean find themselves taken prisoner by the creature's forces. Oh, that's right, because the Meep's home planet had a psychedelic sun on top of that. Go figure that one out.
Yeah, the psychedelic sun, which was clearly a Trump allegory.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm not joking. I think that's what it was.
Exactly, I think it was too. But in a shocking twist, while attempting to escape from captivity and stop the Meep, the Doctor discovers, and buckle up, non-Whovians, as this section gets a little hard to follow if you're unfamiliar with the series, that not only was the half-human, half-Gallifreyan entity known as Dr. Donna still present within Donna's mind and preventing her from accessing her full memories, but that a position of the human Time Lord meta-crisis energies, which originally birthed her, had been biologically passed down to Rose. Upon this realization, and a callback to his earlier scolding, the Doctor and Donna come to realize that the reason Rose was able to receive the metacrisis energies was thanks to her non-binary identity, because like her, the Doctor is male and female.
This made
Somehow
no sense.
this is making me think of the Force. Like everybody has a Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
The Force is female.
Yeah, the Force is all male apparently.
Yeah.
Whether it's male or female, it's just all male. But
So did she want to take? Here's a good question. Did she want to take on the name Rose after transitioning because of the inherent memories in the Time
that's
Lord
what they said. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God.
So here's the problem with this explanation. Well, I'm sorry. No, the explanation is correct. That is what happened.
Yeah.
The idea of it, okay, Donna splitting it off into her child kind of makes sense. You know, it was built in, the energies get split between it. But then they say, well, if the Doctor can be male and female at any given time, and the Donna is male and female. No, it's just energy. It's not personality. But because my daughter is non-binary. No, your daughter was literally your son up until a while ago. It's like, so your male child took on a male entity, sort of, and then decided to become a female, probably because of it. But then I'm certain what's going to say here in a minute is that once the metacrisis energy is released, I can finally be me. I feel like me finally. I was like, okay, So the male, so now saying that the evil male part that was going to kill me is gone, and I am now purely female and powerful. You stupid male presenting Time Lord fuck.
Yeah.
They might as well have just said that, because that's honestly what happens.
It's pretty much it. Pretty much
Mike,
it.
you need to clip that as just a short promo.
Oh, yes, yes. So realizing that the entity's extra brain power could be the key to defeating the Meep, the Doctor then proceeds to unlock the power of Dr. Donna from within both Donna and Rose's mind, allowing them to allowing.
Wait,
both
he
of them
didn't know that
access.
though.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah, that's revisionist history right there.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't know Rose was unlocking at the same time, who also couldn't hear the code words going off, but it worked anyways.
Exactly. Allowing both of them to access individual and separate parts of the vast knowledge and possessing power presented by the collective. The two eventually successful thanks to the assistance of Rose, who uses the information.
Wait, what the hell? That's a terrible sentence. The two eventually... Okay, now I get what it's saying.
Yeah, who uses the information available to her to shut down the Meep's psychedelic sun mind control machines and free his soldiers from their forced servitude. The Doctor ultimately determines that if the two of them are to continue surviving, they must expel the aforementioned energies from their body. Informed by his previous encounters with the being, the Doctor then begins to prepare himself for a tough battle in separating Dr. Donna from her hosts. We've still got to fix you two, he explains to the pair as the Meep is escorted off to prison. But that, but that thing is wrapped around your cortex. That's right. Yeah, because we got to get rid of it. Yeah. However, before he provides any further assistance, the Doctor is met by the assertion by Donna, and to which he says, "Yes, we know everything. Thanks." Rose then chimes in, right?
This did not come off the way they thought it would. This comes off as exactly the way it always does.
That's right.
It's just like, come on, we know everything.
Yes, thanks. and you know nothing, before berating David Tennant's Doctor for having regenerated out of his Jodie Whittaker portrayed 13th form. It's a shame you're not a woman anymore, because she'd have understood. We've got all that power, but there's a way to get rid of it, explains Rose. Something a male presenting Time Lord will never understand. Ultimately, Donna reveals that the women's solution to this reality-breaking energy crisis was to simply just let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. The entire problem.
Didn't want this power anyway.
So let's just get rid of all our fan base for the most part.
Let it go.
Yeah.
I hope all male fan
just be gay.
Stop.
Are you assuming that they have a fan base at this point?
Yeah, that's true.
This is for the new fans. This is for the new fans that all want all of this.
Breaking news: Doctor Who was murdered by the Message. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We went from the great intelligence to the Message.
Yep.
The Message knows all. The great intelligence was beaten.
Yep. But that's.
We've lost intelligence.
Oh my God.
Go back to Team America. We have no intelligence.
And then, so basically, Donna goes with the Doctor at the end of the show to visit dear old Dad, and and the whole inside of the TARDIS looks all brand new and shiny and white.
And by the way, I like the new TARDIS. Compared to the previous Doctor's nonsense. Yeah, like with all the crystals and stupidity. It's like,
and it has a coffee maker too.
And it has all the round things, honestly.
That's right.
So many round things.
Yes, exactly.
But it is white compared to the dark black interior. The other one is like, that's weird. Considering what's coming, it's really weird.
And the next episode comes out in a few days on December 2nd. So on Saturday again.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the rest of this Tennant run and then never watch again. And I hate to say that.
What a waste of David Tennant.
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed his era of Doctor Who, but I think I'm going to go back and enjoy Tom Baker's run, catch up on
Best one. Yeah.
John Pertwee, some of the others. I'll probably pop in to watch some Peter Davison era. But yeah.
I'm going to say something shocking and controversial if I may have a few seconds here.
Oh, good. Yes.
Ooh.
Go, Tom.
Now, I'm in that LGBT community. I'm the B in it. Guess what? Non-binary is fake. It's not real. You're either male or female. You like one or the other. You like the same. It's mental health.
Oh my God! You're gonna get us canceled on YouTube now.
no.
Mental freaking health. People
I'm
need help.
confused. I'm confused. Hold on. I'm very confused now. Hold on. Wait. I forgot. What was the B is supposed to be again? I always forget about that part.
Oh.
I'm joking. It's like. Well, here's.
I know.
So because so coming from a different point of view, I'm the evilest of evil. I'm a straight white man.
Oh, no.
So sorry to everyone.
Friends, so hey,
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm a straight white man. I'm your oppressor. Do you feel oppressed? Because if you don't, you should be.
I know. I'm so oppressed.
You should be. So, but so my wife was raised by two lesbians after her actual parents died. You know, her godmother took her in and raised her, and then eventually got married to another woman down the line. So, they have no concept of any of this stuff that's going on. They're like, we're just gay and lesbian. And they're like, well, do you ever feel like a man? Because you both present more butch. And they're like, no. It's like, man, I like dresses. I was like, I don't like dresses. Well, the one in particular said, look, I don't feel like a normal girl, but I don't feel like a man either. Yeah, it's like, I'm just here. I mean, okay, maybe that's the non-binary bullshit. It's like, no, she's like, I'm still a woman. I still got all the women's problems. I never deny that stuff. And I like women. And she's like, but if I grew up, I said, if you grew up in this day and age, what do you think would happen? And she basically said, it's like, well, clearly I would be trans. It's like, if we're going by this, because you would be told you're trans. You know, you can't be just gay.
You're not actually allowed to be gay or lesbian nowadays. It's like, no, you're that. Oh, you're the opposite sex.
Yeah, lesbians are actually dying off. They
are. Some of them
no
are
joke. Yeah.
Hey, Benny, how's it going? Nice to see you here, Benny.
And I've had this discussion before with them, and I said somebody wrote about this in the early 2000s. It was an article called "Where Have All the Gay the Lesbian Bars Gone?" Because they went from several thousand of them in the late 80s to 25 by 2003.
Yeah.
Across the nation. It was crazy.
I follow some YouTubers that are against this modern stuff, and they're lesbians. It's like, no, lesbians are considered transphobic now because they don't want to be with a trans woman. Well, they don't like those.
Same thing with gay men.
Exactly.
Everyone. It's like the gays are transphobic. And I've said this since the beginning. It's like LGB and then / every other number, because I'm sorry, those things don't tie together. No, it's like don't. Gay is not an identity.
But yeah, non-binary is nothing. It's not even real. It's just I feel bad. It's mental health, but they don't address that. So.
Yeah.
Same with the Doom Squirrel. You know what? If when the second episode comes out, then maybe I will have you on. So don't worry, there's enough rage to go around. So
I'm gonna watch it just to see how bad it is. Sort of like watching The Room or Trolls 2. Sometimes they're funny or so bad.
Yeah.
You know?
So seeing how we're at the 1 hour mark, let us take a brief commercial break here.
Oh, good. My brain needs it.
Yeah.
Palate cleanser.
A palate cleanser.
I'll watch the commercial and then I'm probably gonna go. I got it work.
From Omega Mart. Oh,
Playback's broken.
Are you in 1080p? 720?
Stand for the national anthem.
When you want a taste of America, and we got a culinary treat for you. Americanized beef is the way to go. If you take a bite into our ribeye steak, you'll no longer feel like a special snowflake. Americanized beef, make America taste great again.
I'm America the cow, and I put the red in red, white, and blue. Eat me. Don't be a
Mike, Mike, you're a dirty commie Canadian. You can't be playing commercials like that. They're gonna put you in the gulag.
But I'm just wishing I could be American.
I mean, I love those steaks, but that blue one looks bad. Like,
Yeah, there's something wrong with 2 of them.
Yeah. You don't need blue steaks. You don't need blue waffles. Just stay away. Stay away.
Oh boy.
But also the pure white meat. I'm not so sure anybody wants that in their mouth.
No.
So
no.
But I do have to go. But I'm glad you let me in on the Doctor Who conversation, Mike. In fact, I have to go edit the conversation I had on my podcast from yesterday. If you guys can see here in my face, it says "No, you made it awkward podcast." You want to come and join the fun there?
There we go.
Yeah, I need to.
Yes,
still
go
need
ahead
to
and
have
plug
the Admiral.
while you're here.
Yeah. I need to go ahead and so yesterday, last night, I hit 10,000 subscribers on the Shoki Reviews channel, and then almost immediately lost 6. So
nice.
I'm back below 10,000. So
wow.
I got
going on.
Their system is broke.
It is broken because I was watching it live because I was actually talking with Dante, and he has a buttload of YouTube channels, so he was subscribing to me with all his channels to push me over the line. And then somehow this morning, literally, actually, I think it's up to 8 gone now. So like 8 just disappeared. So I was like, oh, man, thanks, YouTube.
Well, the link is in the chat there for all of you that want to take blah, 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 to check out the channel and Now You Made It Awkward podcast, which occasionally, when I can make it, am on there as well. So.
I should get Pop and Tom to come on one time because it's not a live stream, so we can just record it whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That would do it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, all right, gentlemen. Oh, sorry, I'm assuming things. Sorry. Oh. Sorry.
Yes,
sorry. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Z's. Sorry, Z's and Z's and theirs and bays.
There, subscribed. New subscriber. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's like I like all of you, and then other ones I just I do not wish any specific harm upon the rest of
you. Tolerate them.
I have tolerance. I will wave the tolerance flag in all of its colors.
I'm not tolerant. I'll wave the intolerance flag. There we go. We have to have balance here.
Yeah.
Tolerance and intolerance.
Yeah, you wave that French flag at them.
And the next news I had was about
Go Ireland.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Shogi. Okay. You know what? And considering he's from Texas, I had another news article about something about a Texas congressman too. But we'll just get into that right now. So, yeah. Next article we're going to be talking about, because everybody enjoys Warner Brothers and especially Looney Tunes and stuff like that, right? Pretty good.
Sometimes, pending.
Maybe.
There we go. Gonna be skeptical going into this.
Kinda, sorta.
See, this is why I alone like picking the news, because I catch all of you guys off guard, right?
It's so just because good, is it bad?
Exactly. So this also a Texas congressman.
Texas, so I'm wondering what do we do now?
Joaquin Castro wants an investigation into Warner Brothers Discovery for the sudden cancellation of Coyote versus Acme.
What?
Exactly.
I didn't even know it was a cartoon.
Okay.
That's right. Joaquin Castro wants an investigation for the cancellation of Coyote versus Acme. Like, what?
What?
Do they have nothing else better to do? No, it's not Ted.
Don't you have places to run and things to do? Like, you know.
Your hard-earned tax dollars at work. So watch, Shogi's gonna like come back on. It's like, what? This is what?
What?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Roadrunner and Coyote. Oh my gosh, I grew up with that stuff.
Yes.
Here exactly. I am sitting.
Sadly,
in
they
middle.
censor the Blu-rays. The DVDs, some of that newer stuff is censored. You gotta hard to find the uncensored original Bugs Bunny stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, here I am in the state wondering what in the world are we doing? There's better things to do with time, money, and energy than whatever this is, and we haven't even gotten into the article yet. So now I'm genuinely curious
Yep. Titan's reaction exactly, right? Facepalm. Exactly. That's about it. So, oh boy, and this is why I love covering all this small news, right? Because yeah, I know Doctor Who was like big news, and that was out for everybody to see, and I know everybody's commenting on it and stuff like that. But like I've said before, multiple times on this channel, it's always the sillier, littler news that eventually, hopefully, might become big. And that we'll just cover it on here because this just seems so ridiculous for a congressman, you know, see, there you go, just like clockwork. Yeah.
Yeah. I was summoned. I'm still listening, you asshole. First of all,
we have
I don't
Texas
know
representation here.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, you should have told me
what
what
did
was
I
coming.
miss, Wendy?
So hold on. So I would like to speak out on behalf of the coyote here because we do have so many of them and they're constantly getting killed by all these Acme powered electric vehicles on the road. And it's unfair. The man wants to sue because they keep damaging his livelihood as a crash test dummy and or film star. So speaking out for stunt animals everywhere is right. And so Joaquin Castro here, who I've never heard of, is right to wonder what the hell Warner Brothers is doing. But I actually prefer my Texas senator that is in a new movie from the Daily Wire. Go check out Lady Ballers directly on the Daily Wire when it comes out later on, because they somehow got Ted Cruz in that movie.
Oh, I've got to see this. Oh, Ted Cruz.
So
I've got to see it now.
Yes. Yeah. So either way, I'm done. I'm done. I just wanted to come back here.
No,
And also with the right microphone. Oh my God. I didn't know I had the wrong microphone. I'm going to the shame closet to edit now that I know my fucking camera mic was the thing that was picking me up the whole time.
Admonish yourself.
So. I am admonished.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bye again, everyone.
Okay, Wendy. Okay, for Wendy that just got back, okay, because this is how silly it is, okay? Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro wants investigation into Warner Brothers Discovery for sudden cancellation of Coyote versus Acme. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Batgirl.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, yes, you can. Well, no, you can't. Batgirl was the summit of the company's culling, but it was not the end for Warner Brothers Discovery's drastic measures. No. The entertainment conglomerate is still very much in the habit of saving money by canceling movies that are either finished or almost there, right? Because, we know what happened with Batgirl. They Zaslav went through it and it's like, no, this is not going out whatsoever, even though the movie was pretty much done, right? So because it was just full of feminist crap and he knew it was going to be a bomb eventually, right? Like this Towering Inferno, so that we see before us. So that is what they did with the Looney Tunes inspired feature Coyote versus Acme. And as was the case with Batgirl, their actions got the attention of Congress. Ooh, because, yes, because we all know that, maybe certain parties that are in Congress have nothing else better to do with their time but watch cartoons, I'm guessing. Probably that's because that's the nexus of culture that they have right there.
Mentality of, I guess, Congress, right?
Exactly.
This is the best. Isn't this the best T-shirt? Look, it's like Andy Warhol's Fonzie.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. I'm liking this.
Glad I picked up around the apartment.
Titan, give it 10 minutes and Shoki will be back. Yes, he probably will. So, yeah. So, yes, so it got the attention of Congress because I guess everybody in Congress watches cartoons and have nothing else better to do with their time than complain. So, one representative in particular is taking up the film's cause in the name of enforcing expanding antitrust laws. Laws. Texas Democrat Joaquin Castro chastised Warner Brothers Discovery for its initial decision to lock the finished movie away from public exhibition so they could enjoy the benefits of a tax write-off. Oh boy. Okay. Now you're still probably wondering, why?
Yeah, why? What?
Apparently, the WBD.
Can I just ask very quickly what the fuck we're talking about?
Well, basically,
what was the headline of this? It's bounding into comics, and we're talking about why is bounding into comics taking on presidential fucking politics? What does this have to do with Pokemon?
Because Congressman Joaquin Castro wants an investigation for the sudden.
He's Cuban. Don't fuck around with my man Joaquin.
Isn't he Trudeau's brother-in-law?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
He also is Khan's right-hand man. His father, Joaquin Sr., left Earth in 1996 with Khan on the Botany Bay.
Yep.
You remember that day, Mike? You were there.
Oh yeah, totally. 100%. So
the day we chased all the tyrants off of Earth and ended all the oppression of our third world war.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
The WBD tactic of scrapping fully made films for tax breaks is predatory and anti-competitive, he wrote on X. As the Justice Department and the FTC revise their antitrust guidelines, they should review this conduct. To which he concluded, as someone remarked, it's like burning down a building for the insurance money. Well,
no. Well,
maybe.
okay.
If you know a movie's going to be a stinker and you don't want it out, and you know that it's not going to be maybe making as much money as what it cost, why put something out that essentially loses? I mean, the Marvels?
Well, it's WB, and they do that all the time. Same with, so. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's why they're... That's why their stock is around, $10, $11 or something.
I think they're purposely trying to tank themselves and maybe sell up their shares. And I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Indiana Jones, and the Dial of Density, ring a bell, maybe. I could go on and on, Quantum Mania, maybe, it's like, if you're spending X amount of dollars, you really want to, why take a loss? Just don't put it out, right? And just accept it for what it is.
Well, connecting with this just quickly, Mike, you sent something I read this morning. The theaters are scared about Aquaman coming out because they know it's going to lose money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With WB, it's like, no, we don't want it. We don't want it because we're going to lose money. So,
damn it, I missed Teagues this Shoki. See, Teague, you're wanted. No matter what.
Exactly.
Thank you, Shoki. That's quite a compliment from a man who the first time I met, I had fallen asleep after drinking hard liquor till 6 a.m. And I woke up and I realized I was already late for Mike's show. And I blasted onto the air and did not get it together until I think 5 minutes after the show ended. I finally was like, wait, when do we go live? It was that bad. It doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't happen a lot. It was a mistake. And I did say I was sorry to Mike because he's a friend of mine. But thankfully, I'm not the kind of drunk person who's self-pitying, self-hating, or says too many more crazy. I'm a sober person who says crazy, stupid things. Adding alcohol doesn't make it much worse.
No, probably not.
Gentlemen,
so
Ciccolini here may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
Sugar says, actually, Pop, you just have to shout, the stars at night are big and bright. You'll discover all
deep in the heart of Texas.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's right. So I urge everyone to try it. It really does work. Yeah.
Yep.
I will. So this is what's going on. Okay. So yeah.
Is the idea here that they have a commodity that they're not going to use and therefore be reverse capitalistic and hurt their company? Is that his thing?
More than likely. Yeah. It seems like
that's not a bet. You know what? Honestly, if you're going to make a useless statement in Congress, that's the most meaningful useless statement I've heard in a while. You have a commodity that's a good.
There you go.
Hey man, I want a fucking Warner Brothers cartoon movie. If it's good, wow. I mean, that would be refreshing.
Yeah, but I think
is really good.
Saying something
that keeps
to
me
the effect
alive.
of they make it and then they shelve it and it becomes anti-competitive. It's like,
yes.
Is he from like California or New York?
I have
Texas.
no idea.
Texas. All right.
Yeah,
you know what?
Texas.
That's why he's got a huge dose of like Republican common sense in that policy. He's like, we have to be pro
He's
business.
a Democrat.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware that he's a prominent Democrat. I do watch some news as opposed. I'm not qualified to make a political opinion. I've spent too much time being a media reviewer. I will comment on the media. I really don't try to judge. I will call things weird and strange. I will say I don't get it, but like I've never condemned anybody here. I try to be a centrist, you know. Like I've worked like, and if there was, let's say there was some cause that I was passionate about, like. What would happen is like, I believe that this flag is the flag that should fly over this space of land. It's not America, you know, aside from the fact that I'm proud to be a citizen of the United States of America, and I'm proud of the service of 2 generations of my family in our nation's military, and I'm proud of my nephew in the Navy. I'm not qualified to really say anything about like the flag of this nation should fly over this particular area, you know, beyond like what's, you know, commonly agreed to. It's not my, if the minute I say that, it's like, check out Star Trek guy thinks he knows what should happen on Earth. I demean the cause. The New Trek people demean everything they touch. They're weighing in on all these things. They're weighing in on, they would have us believe that there is a real prejudice against a vulnerable community in the form of the trans community. That is an assertion made by New Trek. Yet at the same time, to protect their terrible stories, they will meat shield it behind what they have already called a vulnerable community. So you don't have to like really stake a political claim just to say they're meat shielding like a video game and treating these communities. They say it themselves that these communities are at risk and vulnerable. Why are you now meat shielding behind them? I don't have to add anything to the conversation to get a point across. I just go with common sense. Voting something you do behind a curtain once every 4 years and don't tell anybody about.
Can we swap Beto for Larry Elder? Yep.
Oh, please. I've heard people say that community says there's genocide. No, there's nothing like that going on. Stop.
No.
I know Jen. I know Jen. She's a nice Irish chick. Genocide? Yeah, Billy O'Side's sister.
Oh, she's awesome. Kind of cute, actually.
Jen. Oh, she's so. There's something appealing about her, but that's in some ways appalling. It's like she's an angel, but an angel.
She's quirky. She's quirky.
Yeah, that Jen.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's
So Castro had similar criticisms for the decision to shelf Batgirl, which starred a Latina.
Calm down. You just called Trudeau Castro. You get your rage is unbalanced here, Mike. Wait, I'm sorry. It is Castro. It's not Fidel Castro. It's Joaquin Castro, my fellow Cuban, and I'm sure a great guy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but he's not. In an April letter to the Justice Department, he and 30 other Congresspeople expressed disapproval with Warner Brothers Discovery for an anti-competitive limiting of choice and diversity in the market. The damage to content creators whose projects are canceled in deep development and post-production cannot be overstated.
I'm jumping in the middle here, but the pictures I'm seeing are of shit I want to have made. I want more of what I just saw. So it sounds to me right now that Mr. Castro, unless he's gone over the edge with this and has some kind of thing like, we need to have like 40%, like, you know what I mean? Unless he's doing something like, if he's saying like, we have creative material here that's viable that people aren't working on, let's make money. Then I have to say, it's not that crazy. Like, you know what? Maybe it's broken clock syndrome. Exactly. Like, he's not my local fucking guy. Like all Cubans don't have a fucking hive mind. Only the writers of She-Hulk believe that.
And Doctor Who. So,
oh my God. So I saw some of that shit. What the fuck?
You missed it. We did it in the first hour. You missed it. Such cancellations stain these projects, making them less appealing and marketable to other buyers. Consumers will likely never be able to watch shows purchased then canceled by Warner Brothers Discoveries. And Warner Brothers Discoveries conduct amounts to a de facto catch and kill practice, vastly limiting consumer choice, he added. Warner Brothers originally decided to shelve Coyote versus Acme, but reversed just as quickly thanks to pressure. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the film scored in the 90s after test screenings. Its producers, who include DC Studios president James Gunn, are being allowed to shop it around to other outlets. Well, that's interesting to know. So they shelved it only to not shelve it?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Doesn't Castro now sound a little less crazy? He's like, here's a really stupid business practice, and the only example I have that's tactile Right now, I don't know. I'm saying he could be Hilter of Texas. I don't know anything else, but Hilter still built the fucking Autobahn. So maybe Mr. Castro is broken clocking it here, but based on what I'm seeing, and I came late, so please don't hang me out to dry on this one. If what he's saying is you've got a completed Coyote movie that's fucking funny and would make money, and you're not releasing it, fuck you, then maybe he's correct.
That's if, because what I'm thinking of here is if the higher ups and Warner Brothers are looking at this near complete project and they don't think it's going to fly, then they probably want to avoid releasing it and doing some kind of damage control and saying, well, this won't go. We can release it and it'll flop.
Has he said that Batgirl was burned because she was Latino, or is he just stuck with stuff that makes sense? Because if he said that, then we know. You know what I mean?
Because he was just full of feminist crap. That's
did he say a few? Look, he said a few buzzwords, but then when he got into his actions and what he would do, did he say anything operatively fucked up like Batgirl was burned because she was Latino? It tested best, or did he just say Batgirl tested best? Why didn't they release it? And we have this Bugs Bunny movie. Because I think that everyone's weighed in that the Coyote movie getting released is going to be a good thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
He may have clocked it on this one. That's all I'm saying. But like, I guess I was late for class.
Yeah.
And with bounding into comics, we have 3,000 more words to go before they're like, so Castro was essentially saying, they'll sum it up in one sentence after they waste our time. Castro, who stands about 5'8".
Yeah.
No, I'm guessing they didn't release it because maybe Bugs didn't dress in a dress. So.
That could be it. Yeah.
Like, you're not inclusive enough. Bugs needs to wear a dress in this episode.
I don't know. I'm kind of think that politicians should stay out of running a private business.
Oh, but they can.
Well, he didn't make a story mandate. No, I don't know. On this one, he didn't mandate a story. He didn't mandate representation. He said, this is exactly like when the other two guys in Nirvana sued Courtney Love for not letting them release the best of Nirvana. And the courts were like, we're not saying the other two guys from Nirvana are cool because they're not that cool. But we're saying Courtney Love is definitely wrong to turn away what has been proven to be $70 million without doing any work. That is actually crazy in a legal sense.
Right.
So, like, if what Mr. Castro here is saying is that you have a finished movie, which I think is the case, that people would want to see and buy and see, just release it and fill your corporate coffers because you've paid for it already.
Yeah.
He's not the leader of them. He's not the boss of them. Two, the Warner Brothers guy is pretty well spoken. He can defend himself. I think Zaslav can. You know what? Zaslav can appoint himself. He's the leader of one. I want the leader I want a congressman, and I want a leader of Warner Brothers who could both step to the mic and appoint themselves. Because you know what? When you stand in front of a mic alone, every one of us here has done this. When you step to the mic alone, you're showing yourself and your talent. And some people just don't have the capacity to do that at all. And so I want someone who can hold forth his opinion.
Right.
So like, I would say this, all right, he said some mixed things, but like for the most part, like as a Democrat from Texas, like I would say he's definitely a very centrist Democrat or he wouldn't make it. And he probably is silent on a lot of extremist issues because he wouldn't make it. And maybe he doesn't it's very possible that like Castro fires a pistol in his campaign ad, says that everyone should have a gun. And that the opponent for him was a Republican who was just like caught stealing or something because he's been there for a little bit of a while. And I don't, is he just from Austin? Is he bulletproof as far as election? I shouldn't use that term. Is he like a
projectile resistant?
Yes. Is he?
How
about this? Is he absolutely ensconced in his seat in the sense that he's in a safe district inside a safe district inside a safe city? You know what I mean? Will it take a lot of work to get rid of him? All right. So is he? But this doesn't sound. If this is sloganeering, this is pro-capitalist sloganeering. This is anything but. There's no merit. There's no basis. He's like, release this finished capitalistic project and let it stand on its merit. To me, this is like almost a libertarian thing to say here, coming on this one specific movie only.
Anyway, I'm going to agree with Tigo you on this, but I'm going to say this just out of context there. By the way, Courtney's a B and Dave and the Cursed are amazing. Anyway, Foo Fighters. Anyway, enough said.
So,
long time.
I didn't say they weren't amazing. I said they weren't all that cool. One guy's a politician,
Dave Grohl's awesome. He's the bomb.
Look, one guy went into
Huge Nirvana
politics,
fan
which
for
means
years.
50% of everyone dislikes him. I don't know what kind of politics he went into. I just know he didn't win his election, I think. And the other guy is David Grohl.
No,
make it what you
Nirvana
will.
fan.
We all are
hated
overly.
Courtney, still do.
We're all overly familiar with Dave Grohl now too, though. It's like you
Yeah.
two deserve to have to deal with each other.
And speaking about more money in Hollywood and whatnot,
Funny.
Taika Waititi admits he only did Thor Ragnarok for the paycheck. Says the Golden Avengers run during his childhood was the comic I'd pick up and be like, ugh. This explains a lot about, I don't know.
It does.
Thor.
It does explain how he ruined Thor, the character, and pretty much just made it a joke a minute laugh-a-thon.
Yep.
Actually, before you continue with this, let me give you a little quick update on Thor. The new one they're working on, there's going to be one more. They're saying it's going to be dark and brooding, so they might bring the...
They have, you know what, they have to.
It's supposed to be serious.
Probably delete Thor.
Yeah, they'll probably kill him off at the end, I'm guessing. So
I'm gonna be honest with you, like after a 5-movie run, the only reason to bring him back would be in a combined Avengers movie is like to foster back new Stark. And I'm still saying, like, if you have Robert Downey Jr. in this movie, you can, but he should be an AI upload of original Tony Stark in the suit of a mirror universe Tony Stark, played by a different actor like Tom
I'd be okay
Cruise.
with that.
Yeah.
Someone of sufficient stature, which is a funny thing to say about Tom Cruise, but an actor of sufficient stature to replace Robert Downey Jr. And I don't know, maybe even the guy who played Ultron could do it. The voice of Ultron. Isn't James Spader a pretty powerful actor, right?
I'm a huge James Spader fan. The Blacklist was an amazing series, but he's kind of out of shape. I don't think he can fit in that suit. He's kind of a short, he's a bigger guy.
James, start jogging, James.
I'm a big fan. Brilliant actor. Oh, I love him.
I enjoy him as well. He's a good actor.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
Who else is left on the Brat Pack? Emilio Estevez. Bring back Emilio.
Oh my God.
That would be amazing. People would flock to the theaters. He's been. Well, I don't think Emilio Estevez has ever been in a non-hit, and half of his movies are iconic classics. Think about it. He's in The Outsiders. He's in The Breakfast Club.
Yeah. So, to the surprise of absolutely no one, now the former Thor series director Taika Waititi has admitted that the only reason he ever agreed to work on the God of Thunder, Mighty Thor film series was not out of love or interest in the character, but rather because the job simply allowed him an opportunity to collect a paycheck. Wow.
He has to say that now.
Probably a good paycheck.
Yes, exactly. Because,
but I would say this: the Love and Thunder was horrible, but going only one movie with Taika Waititi, they could have recovered from that and gone back even kiltered. If it was the problem was going 2 into that, and I have a lot of problems with the first one. It's not great, but like with Thor, they've never really known what they're doing. Like there's been tonal shifts and changes from movie to movie throughout the entire Marvel run for Thor, but MCU run for Thor.
Yeah. I'm just not impressed with this guy. Never.
No.
No, exactly.
Waititi? Yeah. His most famous role is playing Hilter.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. That's got to be great for you as a director on a set. Like, think about these. Like, he's a director on a set and he's dressed as Hilter, and he's like, "Okay, everybody over there," and like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah, exactly. Don't shoot me.
It's like what's your boss like? He's like a Yahtzee. What do you mean? He's literally a Yahtzee. He wears a Yahtzee uniform. He's dressed as Hilter.
So the Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder director offered his insight into his time at the Marvel Cinematic Universe while speaking to actors Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett for the November 27th episode of their Smartless Talk Show podcast. Well, that's that name alone just kind of says it all right there. So, following an open discussion surrounding his latest film, Next Goal Wins, Waititi was eventually pressed by Bateman for insights as to why, with all his eccentricities, ever agreed to do Thor Ragnarok, opting that Marvel is so incredible at doing their thing that they have got a product that is just incredible. It's made this industry twice as healthy as it's ever been. A comment to which Arnett later joked, "To watch you suck Marvel's DICK for so long was a real treat." Wow, it shows you kind of their mindset. Bateman then asserted, "But I think one should and one does and needs to adhere to certain parameters because that audience expects certain boxes to be checked," before asking Waititi, "What made you think that your incredible, unique perspective on things would be a fit for something that you would probably agree needs to stay inside certain boundaries?" Yeah, pretty good question, you know? But then on top of that, it seems like these actors are, sucking the proverbial shaft, if you know what I mean, to probably, secure work in the future, maybe. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, oh yeah, you're totally right, but
Let's be honest, it's probably a good paying gig. I'm not going to deny that. So,
well, no, exactly, right? Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. So I mean, why else would you want to get hired in the first place for a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So, but in turn, Waititi admitted, "You know what? I had no interest in doing one of those films. It wasn't on my plan for a career as an amateur, but I was poor and I just had a second child. And I thought, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to feed these kids." Well, I can't
feeding
exactly
the audience
blame him.
crap.
Yes, exactly. I can't really blame him for that. I mean, if you just have another kid, you want a job no matter what, especially if you're poor. I can kind of understand that frame of thinking.
Yeah, he's just the wrong person for Thor. Thor needed somebody like Kenneth Branagh to come back and make it a serious character.
Yes.
Because we don't need Thor quipping jokes like Spider-Man.
No, exactly. The Titan says the only thing that kept the MCU on track was Stan Lee. Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree with you. After he died, the MCU was solidified, culminating into what might be the biggest flop in movie history, the Meowvils. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And I've said that as well. As soon as Stan passed away, everything went to crap. Everything
100%.
went to shit.
That is true. It really,
Yeah,
yeah.
It is. It's
because we've seen the transition from Marvel Phase 2 to Phase 3 to Phase Who Cares.
Yeah, it's true. It is definitely true. I think so. 100%.
Yeah.
So they call and they ask, "Do you want to do this?" To which the director further recalled his first dance with the Golden Adventure. And Thor, let's face it, it was probably the least popular franchise. I never read Thor comics as a kid. That was the comic I'd pick up and be like, eh, right? Oh, well, great. You're going
it showed. It showed.
Oh, it really did. Ragnarok was at best. It had some good moments, but
it's just nice Lord of the Rings reunion with Kate Blanchett and Carl Urban. That part, that was worth the price of the admission. And I liked Carl Urban in that. I wish that Loki and Thor would have ended their stories there. And we would have gone forward with what was his name? I love it with the fucking 2 M16s. He was great. He was great.
Yeah.
That character.
He yells his own name over and over while he's going out in a blaze of glory too. He's like, "I'm Havoc. I'm Havoc," or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah. Exactly. That
was Buzzkill, whatever his name is. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the name of the writers of the movies.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I got to give it to him. At least, Kate looked pretty damn good.
She looked great for her age. Good. What is she? About 54, right? And she
probably. Yeah, she did. And then I did some research on it. He said. And I read one Thor comic or 18 pages or however long they are. I was still baffled by this character he added. I thought that if there was anything I could bring, it was character. Just like looking at Thor as a character, he's a billion who lives in space and he looks ridiculous. And that was a sort of end of that. So I was like, let's highlight that. He's a rich kid. I pitched him and he hates germ. What?
Did he not read the traditional lore on top of the comics? He could have mixed it both. I mean, like,
how does
Thor is
yes,
a
it was the
god? I mean, if
executioner.
we go into
That's
the
right. Thanks,
Odinism
Titan.
and just
like, first of all, okay, he's not a billion years old. He's not rich.
No.
Like I pitched him that he hates germs. What? Like,
never even heard that one.
That makes no sense.
That's
No, it
hating
absolutely
germs.
makes no sense.
Hating germs makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, because we know how racist they can be.
But listen, I don't like I
So-
like Resolute Germ. He's like a good friend of mine. I love Resolute Germ, but germs like in the real world, like I'm afraid. Listen, like Indiana Jones afraid of snakes.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of germs.
Oh,
all right?
okay.
A little bit afraid of germs.
Right.
That's all.
Seriously?
Yeah, I hate
okay.
like I'm a little bit afraid of germs, but I mean that didn't stop Howard Hughes from being a genius and a billionaire.
That's
like I was sanitizing before anything ever happened. So people were like, "You shouldn't touch surfaces." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." It's like in public, the air in the bathroom is aerosolized urine. I'm like, "Yeah, who didn't know that?" And they're like,
Yeah,
never
exactly.
hold the handrail in the subway station unless you need to. I'm like, I would never do that. In the movie I wrote, right, and this screenplay got turned down for the ending being too grim. After we catch the bad guy, what happens is the cop, who's like a John McClane type, handcuffs him to the brass handrail at the Long Island Railroad platform of Penn Station here in New York City, and he puts a gun to his head and says, "Lick it. Lick the fucking handrail, you piece of shit." It's like, you can't do that to me. He like pistol whips me. He's like, "You'll lick it or you'll die." He's like, he's like, "Lick it to the screen, you piece of shit." And then like the screen goes black, and you see like 4 months later, and you see the guy in bed, and he's like a huge human zit, and he just explodes into a giant cloud of pus, and it's just like roll credits. And it's like, wow, that was one of the most ghastly endings. Like, yeah, they're like, it's a great movie, but that ending, I'm like, believe me, it'll like, couldn't you have him fall to his death? I'm like, falling's been done. I want this guy to die of like, massive infection. And they're like, well, and I'm like, think the Baron from Dune 1.
But I mean, he reads like a comic, one Thor comic, or 18 pages, whatever, however long he said he read it, right? And he's baffled.
Yeah,
he's
studied
the
Star
god of thunder, for God's sake.
Yeah.
What are you baffled about?
Not to get about that? What?
Yes.
What is?
Isn't this
what
the man who
baffles him
didn't know
about the
Natalie
character?
Portman
What
was in
does he?
Star Wars?
Yeah, exactly, right? But seriously, what is there to get? He's, you could have even went with the Don Blake. Well, no, I suppose because he came in the third movie. But I mean, he's the god of thunder.
Right.
Okay? Thor, hammer, returns to him, controls lightning, storms, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
He lives in
alien.
Asgard.
Yeah,
exactly.
an alien.
Source material.
Yeah,
there.
and he's an alien, kind of masquerading as a demigod on Earth.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many possibilities. Even if you just kind of touched on character plot points from this comic book or that comic book, you could still put so much into it. This guy just doesn't care. To me, he's on the same level as what's his name on Star Wars, Filoni. I look at them as the same crap tier writing.
Yes.
There's Taika, there's Filoni, and they put out crap.
Yep.
And it's not like there's enough stuff to write out there. There's the comics. There's actually lore of actual Thor. If you want to go that direction, it's not like there's lack of information of who Thor is.
I mean, there's easily multiple decades
I'll be
of
right back.
lore and canon.
It's just,
I don't think that he went far enough in a few places, and I think what we have to do here is
we're looking at a situation where he's done something that can't be undone. It's woven into the fabric of the mistake, and all we can do here is seek to minimize it. And the first step is to get him the fuck away from this project. And so that being done, I would ask my friends, where do we proceed from here without going too far?
But I say this, I find this is modern writing in a lot of these new comic book films, and just in general of something within the kind of movies we want to see. They don't care anymore. They're just, it's money, cash. Let's put a name to it and let's just release it. Like, no, give it something worthwhile.
So then, you liberal. You're
was
right,
asked by Bateman.
Faster, more intensity.
That didn't scare the shit out of Marvel, to which Waititi said, I think there was no place left for them to go with that thing. I thought, well, if they called me in, this is really the bottom of the barrel for them. It's like,
wow.
So didn't he actually voice one of the characters in the show too?
Yes,
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So it's like you're admitting that you are the worst possible choice for a Marvel movie.
Pretty much.
Like
I mean, if I was in Marvel in any respect, I would have backed up a dump truck full of money to Kenneth Branagh and said, "Please come back and give us a really good Thor movie, or maybe 2 or 3." Because I enjoy Kenneth Branagh. Anything and everything he's done is amazing.
Yep.
Great career doing Shakespeare adaptations.
You want to clear that up and say as an actor, because he's a director of a lot of movies.
Yeah, yes.
So okay,
yeah,
he's director of some of those Thor movies, though.
Titan says
he's directed one.
Yeah,
think he is
Free Guy.
Free Guy
was actually good.
Aren't there 2 directors on the second one, like an action director and Branagh?
Well, I think Branagh stepped away from the second one before it started. Yes, he directed the
that's
first
why
one.
the credits were here.
One second. Titan says Waititi is the kind of director you get when a studio casts their directors instead of hiring someone competent. He's way overrated with the creative insight of a 10-year-old on acid.
Wait, who's giving a 10-year-old acid? What the hell?
Exactly. Only in Hollywood, baby. It's Hollywood, baby. So, oh my God. So essentially, this man, reads like maybe one Thor comic book, sees himself as basically, like this poor, worthless, disheveled, has maybe one too many kids, but that's not his fault. Whatever, have kids, I don't care. That's good for you. But essentially seeing yourself as the most worthless, unqualified director to do a big budget movie. Like you would think that being hired by Disney, by Marvel to make a movie
confidence
would inspire some sort of confidence to say, you know what, I am gonna direct the shit out of this and make the best movie humanly possible. Right?
And you probably got hundreds of thousands, if not more,
Oh God, yeah. And
but
read
this
as many
coming
Thor
from someone
comics
who made Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, I haven't seen that, so
I haven't seen it either. It just doesn't.
But you would think he would like, okay, I got the director's job. I am going to read the living daylights out of as many Thor comics and really try to get into this character and find out what he's all about, what bad guys he goes up against and stuff like that, what really gives him a run for his money and crap like that, and really make an awesome movie. But no, it's like, you know what? Okay, I got hired for a job. They're going to throw a bunch of money at me, and I'm just going to make a Thor movie based on
this. This does not surprise me, because looking at what he's produced with Ragnarok and the last Thor movie, the whatever it was,
Love and Blunder,
Love and Blah.
Yeah,
it's like it's there for everyone to see. He's putting his disrespect of the character on screen.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He shows
confidence.
He's showing he doesn't care.
Up there too.
Yeah. Given Waititi's birth year of 1975, so he's like 3 years younger than I am. Wow, what an idiot.
Yeah.
It's likely that he began his childhood reading of comic books sometime in either the latter half of the decade or the beginning of the next, such as Waititi's introduction point to Thor's solo comic book most likely occurred sometime during the runs of either Roy Thomas, Mark Grunwald, or Ralph Macchio, or Walt Simonson. Walt Simonson is the, oh man, There's nothing better that has been done to Thor before, I would even hazard to say before or even after, than Walt Simonson's run. If you have the chance to pick it up in collected form or anything like that, for the love of God, read Walt Simonson's Thor. It is the best ever, in my opinion.
That's pretty cool.
In my opinion. However, the director did not specify which of these runs, all of which were solid in their own right, with Simonson even going on to see critical, popular, and historical acclaim. That's true. Left him altogether disinterested in the Norse god. Yes, because Walt Simonson, along with the writer, came up with Beta Ray Bill and that big giant epic run. And on top of that, what else was there?
It's like a classic era of Marvel Thor right there.
Exactly.
Big time.
Big time.
Ragnarok. Yeah, and you know what? Because of Walt Simonson and his entire run on Thor, that's why we got that little bit of an Easter egg in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, right? Beta Ray Bill's race that was essentially in the cage, right? Because of Walt Simonson. So, luckily for what few fans in the MCU still has, and apparently the director himself, given his apparent disdain for the source material, Waititi has confirmed that while the Thor franchise is supposedly gearing up for a 5th outing, it will be doing so without his creative guidance. Thank you, Lord Jesus up above.
Yes.
Asked by Business Insider on the red carpet for The Next Goal Wins, which probably I'm not going to go see whatsoever because it's a soccer movie, and not that I have anything against soccer movies, it's because of Taika Waititi. If there were any veracity to the recent rumors regarding a potential MCU run for Thor, he said, "I wouldn't know if that's accurate. I know that I won't be involved. I'm going to concentrate on these other films that I'm signed on to do." Thank you. We don't want you anywhere near Thor ever again. And for the love of God, Warner Brothers, if somebody at Warner Brothers is listening, do not let him near Akira if you still plan on doing Akira. I don't give 2 craps if he said he loves the books or he loves the story. Okay, because we've heard it enough times that, oh yeah, I just love Thor. Oh, I just love Star Wars. Turns around and says, I'm going to ruin this in a minute, baby, kind of thing. He will do the same thing to Akira. He's just trying to get a paycheck, trying to get a job. Don't let him near Akira.
Wasn't there something a while back that Chris Hemsworth was essentially saying that he wouldn't do another Thor if Taika was attached to it? Maybe
First they announced that Taika was doing it, right? And then the thing next we heard that Chris Hemsworth was happy about it. But I think what it was is he said we've seen him show a little bit of like guile, whatever the word you want to use, as far as the way he conducts himself. Like when Brie Larson's being an asshole, he could have owned her, and instead he didn't do much more than side eye her. He was like, "What is with this crazy robot that they sent here?" And like I think like even Jeremy Renner was a little more rattled. Didn't he like slide away from her on the couch or slide his chair back and just like go disengage and starts to try to disengage. It's like, okay, keep digging, lady. I don't want any part of this. It would seem to be like he is pretty good at handling himself, right? It's just a guess here, but maybe he never wanted this, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's great." And then he went to his boss. He's like, "Fuck this," and they're like, "We're gonna do it, and you're gonna like it." And he's like, "There's just been a back and forth since then, because since this moment when this was announced, we had everything from Wakanda forward. So a lot of explosions and trash fires, no money making at all."
No. This really goes down to what does the MCU need as far as directors? They need serious, experienced directors for their properties, and Taika might be a good director, but only for movies like Jojo Rabbit. I don't know. I've never seen it. Probably never will. It's
quirky enough to hold your attention, but it's not as good as, say, Apt Pupil.
Yeah, if he's in his element, he might be an excellent director. Marvel is not his element.
No. he's better off doing like quirky comedies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you said he's doing a
anything
soccer movie
close to
now,
this.
is he?
Yeah. There's a soccer movie
Okay.
that's coming
Beckham
out, like,
movie?
pretty quickly. Yeah.
You want to see a good soccer movie? Watch Mean Machines with Vinnie Jones and Jason Statham. It's a
next goal
Shaolin
wins.
Soccer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shaolin Soccer. Yes, that was good. So, but just God, somebody needs to vet all these directors, all these people. That's my take on it. That's.
If I was a writer, I would have been honored to be part of that universe and really did my delving and pass and just work hard on it. That's because you want to be
big
part of that.
time.
But somebody like that, just whatever. No.
I know.
That's why I appreciate guys like Henry. I mean, he's not a writer, but he still believes in source material. And even Ryan Reynolds, to an extent, wants to give the audience what they want. People like that in the industry are needed because there's people like him that just don't care. Just I want money.
Or experienced directors like Nolan, Kenneth Branagh. Maybe a handful of Hollywood directors that will actually approach a property with respect and go, okay, I want to make a decent movie here. I don't want to make a formulaic piece of crap that will just bring in a bunch of money for people wanting quips, jokes, and a bunch of loud explosions.
Exactly. Then you hire Michael Bay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the MCU has de-evolved to.
Exactly. It's become a
it's become formulaic.
It's become a comic version of itself, like a twisted comic version of it. It's like, remember the issues of that Marvel put out, these goofy, like, it's basically become that, right? But just
what the or what if?
Well, there's what if, but there's also what the.
Well, that's coming out.
Vaguely, I don't remember what the. I don't really remember too much.
Yeah,
they're like spoofs or something.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah,
where it would like spoof itself. Yeah. So, but anyway, as we prepare to land the proverbial plane here, so I mean,
already,
I know, gone through Doctor Who. We had our rant and rave about that.
Time flies and Admiral Teague isn't around.
Exactly right. So,
I'm gonna watch that later, see how bad it is. I really want to see.
Slow march of minutes. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it before. It's pretty fucking bad. Doctor, you shouldn't assume that big mass of protoplasm's gender.
I will probably rewatch Tom Baker era Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Life is too short for bad entertainment.
Do you know what I'm watching right now? I want your opinion on it. What did you guys ever think of Titans? Did you guys ever like that series?
You know what?
Really?
I couldn't even get past the first 1 or 2 episodes.
I'm on season 4 just to check it out. I don't mind it. It's nice to see Nightwing in a series, and Starfire's hot. And then
you know what I would recommend? I would recommend, it's on Netflix now. Blue Eye Samurai.
Oh, I've heard about that. I've heard about that actually.
I like that better when they. I like them better when they were the Oilers. I think that Steve McNair is one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. And what
NFL
you said
Oilers,
about that,
yes.
well, no, they're now known as
the Houston Has-Beens.
Well, now what's their name? What's their name now?
Tennessee Titans.
Right. So when you said Titans, I was like, well, fire the coach.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
by the way, hey guys, before you go, I have really good news. The New York Jets will only be playing half of their games in New York from now on. Well, a quarter of their games in New York from now on.
Oh,
isn't that great?
Yeah,
they're going to play half their home games in England, which means they'll be the first NFL team to be hated on both sides of the Atlantic by all sorts of fans. And they will have 2 horrible stadiums filled with miserable, unhappy, drunk people throwing garbage on the field of that team. And God help anybody in London who likes any other NFL team, because for a couple of years, the Jets will be most popular, and the tickets will be cheap. So some soccer tough will stab somebody in a Raiders jersey for sure. But what I'm saying is, in 3 years, the Jets will be the least popular football team in all of England, and the fucking stadium will be like, well, the American teams that are good come here for us to root for, so we have the Jets. There's that. Nobody wants him. I think if you only play 4 games in fucking New York out of 12, out of 17, you're not a New York team. I'm sorry, you're not New York Jets anymore. You're just the Jets of somewhere.
Oh, England. You mean across the seas, England, not New England.
Remember this day.
Wow.
This is the day I say, I love the Baltimore Ravens. What? Let's go,
Yeah,
Lamar
I'm a
Jackson.
lifelong
greatest
football
quarterback
as
in
a
the
Pats
NFL.
fan,
Woo.
so.
Oh man, I feel
And-
free. I feel free. Help me,
And-
Landrew. Help me, Landrew. Fulfill your prime directive.
and that being said, I want to thank
Oh, goodness.
Christian Delorme, who became a new member on this channel, and also for the $5 Canadian Super Chat, and also to Dark Helmet for the other $5 American Super Chat. Thank you very much for to both of you, actually, for signing up and for the Super Chats. And for everybody that was in the chat today, I want to say thank you to Dark Helmet also for dropping by, and Wendy Trauma Warrior as well. Thank you, Wendy, and I hope everything went well with that cursing like a sailor old lady that happened to come in and stuff like that. So Snell Messiah, thank you also for dropping by, and of course Stark of Iron, and also who else do we have? Well, you know, because Foggy Brains is here on the panel anyway, but he's the geeky classic leftist Tom, so he's doing a double
Double take.
Double take. That's exactly. Killer Rabbit from Space that was also here. Thank you, Killer Rabbit, for dropping on by and partaking in the mirth and merriment that is Titillating Tuesday. As long as you are here, I hope you are still comment away and whatnot. Carla Burton also was here in the chat. If you're here, thank you for dropping on by. John Rendell with all the quirky little limericks that he had during our Doctor Who segment.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was so good. Dead Man Walking also here. Shoki Reviews that partook in the madness. That was also a Titillating Tuesday for the whole Doctor Who shenanigans. Saber the Doom Squirrel also in the chat. The Titan and Penny as well. Hail to you, both of you. So Saber, yes, if I have enough room, then I'll include you also on the, you know, when the next Doctor Who episode comes out. You know, if you have lots to rant about and stuff like that, and if you promise to be a good guest, and of course the Titan as well, that was also here. Thank you, Titan, for being here as well, and to everybody that's also watching on Rumble over there as well. So that being said, Pop Culture Republic, do you have anything planned, dear sir?
Oh, yes. Loosely planned future live stream. I'll go back to different TV shows I've been checking over Thanksgiving weekend. I'm moving a little bit away from K-dramas. I'll be probably chatting some about some Spanish TV shows. I was watching some.
Oh.
Yeah. Might even get into some anime. Yep.
Oh.
TV around the world.
Nice. You're becoming an international connoisseur.
That's right.
So,
because sadly, American TV sucks. But hey, it is what it is.
No,
you have to lift your pinky when you drink when you're international. You're like, you know, it's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the way PCR put it, like it goes to my mind. It's like that would be like a great, like, if you're a bartender, an enterprising bartender, like maybe like some drink names like, what's I'll take a modern storytelling and a mystery box. It's like, no problem.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
in the mystery box? Ooh, it's a mystery. It's just like bottom shelf fucking gin and fucking seltzer.
Yeah, and somebody gives you this mystery drink in this tumbler.
Exactly.
This tastes like seltzer and really bad fucking gin. Ooh, but look at the cherry on there. Oh God, what is it? It's a mystery. Oh, it's better now. I'll drink some more.
I watched this last night. Now I'm drinking it. How about that?
There you go.
It's a mystery.
When you drop a
payoff right there. People say there is none, but Pop just did it for us.
That's why Jimmy and I started to binge watching Married with
London.
Children. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Awesome show.
Everyone knows it's Wendy.
Admiral Teague, what do you got coming up?
Holy shit, guys. Go over to my channel and check out my one-on-one conversation with an equally passionate European YouTuber, UK Danger Man. which you can figure out what country he's from with that name. It was great. He is as passionate as I am. I had 3 pages of questions. We spoke for 3 hours. We got 3 questions done. We went overtime. He got renewed for a second season in the middle of the first interview. He's coming back. Maybe I can have him back as soon as Thursday. I'm hoping to do that again. I'm thinking that 1 o'clock in the afternoon, saving Star Trek supplementals with the special guests and interviews might be a thing for a while, man. So let's see what's going on there. Like, Admiral Teague's feeling like, the world is my oyster. And you know what? In about 2 more days, there's going to be an announcement about what actually is going on with the amount of subscribers I have. I feel that this is now of a different nature of the last time, but we still don't know. But, I'll say this. As we embark on this journey towards monetization, we ask God's blessing. I would like it if the channel was monetized.
JFK kind of Elmer Fudd kind of twist to it.
I think it's on that one speech. It's just like as we said to we ask God's blessing. On that one speech, like watch the moon speech. The way he drops that one line, he might have been turning a page. You know what I mean, like or something like that, because he's like
right.
But the speech is really powerful, and it like with like the ending with like some like really great, strong words, tall words, but none so good as these. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon.
Not because it's hard, but because it's there. I know I reversed it, but that's
and then he pulled out his cock in front of everyone there and said, "Is this thing too wrinkled to wear in front of Congress?" And everyone started chanting, "JFK, JFK!" And he's like, "It is hard. It is hard." It's a great speech.
And to
that lucky man gets to be with Marilyn. Oh, lucky man.
And
I've got one hand on the red button and one hand on Marilyn's ass. I'm the most powerful man in the world on several levels.
There we go. And Geeky Classic left is Tom.
Just commercials. Got to film some more commercials. And I was told this week that you got to cut them down to 30 seconds for TikTok. Like, oh my,
damn it.
I know. It's like, darn it. Okay, fine.
Oh, it's TikTok. Call it what it is. Dirty seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we'll binge watch the Carol Burnett show. We have the whole series on DVD.
Yes. I love the Carol Burnett show. Oh my god,
awesome!
Classic.
That's
classic
TV. I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah. Television during that era was awesome.
Exactly.
Jim Conway, like just saw some of the classics.
Oh, yes, big time. And again, to everybody out there, if you click on the link below that goes to Flip City Magazine, I encourage you to check out those people and get yourself a subscription. And especially when you get 10% off when you use the coupon code CRC for Comic Relief Crusader. And if you haven't checked them out, they also will give you and send you a free issue as well to check them out and peruse over all the articles and whatnot that you will most certainly enjoy, because remember, if it makes those people angry, then it must be good for you. So, and that being said, if you can as well, check out Al Nickerson's comic, Sword of Eden. That's also out there because he has a second issue coming out very, very soon as well. So you might want to check that out if you actually want something good to read for a change that isn't full of garbage like a Taika Waititi movie or anything else like that, So check out Al Nickerson's Sword of Eden book as well, that he sells over at Messianic comic stores, or over a Big Cartel or anything like that you may find. So to everybody that is here on this panel, to all of you guys out there in the chat, thank you for dropping on in. Pay attention to the channel, if you will. Subscribe to these fine gentlemen, because without them, this show wouldn't be possible, and what they do wouldn't be possible. So check them out, give them a like, and give them a subscribe, and give them your support if you can, because that's what keeps all of us going. And on top of that, stay tuned for Frantic Friday. I haven't the faintest idea, but I know that sound for some odd reason. So we'll see you guys on Friday. We'll have another wacky cartoon and stupid commercial and more stupid news, and where we just leave off everything with a good laugh. So, to everybody out there, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, go
Later,
Pizza
all.
Cats.
Yes.